You saved my life. Thank you so much.
Today on Starfield Essentials, I share my favorite mods that are available for free everywhere. That includes Nexus mods and creations for PC, Xbox, and, can I dare say, PlayStation? My name is Richard. Let's get started. Yes, I said PlayStation. On March 14th, a work-in-progress creation called Ship Decals by Valley's Edge appeared in the Creation Store. This caught the attention of YouTuber Deshaun, who noticed a PlayStation logo next to the familiar Xbox and PC logos. Within minutes, this creation disappeared, but not before I got this screen capture. This event indicates to me that there is a real plan to bring Starfield to the PlayStation. I welcome this development, and I hope anyone watching this video with a PlayStation finds my content helpful. While I have no way of knowing at the time of recording if all of these mods will appear on PlayStation, the fact that they are on both Creations and Nexus mods gives me confidence that you will see them everywhere. Aside from a completely vanilla character on my Xbox Series S, I use all 16 of these mods in Starfield, whether on Xbox for PC or Steam on Windows and Linux. The video description includes links to the Creations and Nexus mod websites for all mods, although in the video I only show the Creation site. First, we have The Gang's All Here by Aurelianis. This mod allows players to have more than one true companion. Starfield generally prefers one companion at any time, although in the course of various quests, players may have 2 or even 3 companions. From the developer's point of view, having more than one companion complicates the game logic and puts a strain on the creation engine. You're more likely to have companions try to talk over each other if more than one accompanies the player. I don't mind any of that. For me, having several companions makes the game far more enjoyable. Great work, Ori. Next, Multitool Axe by Ghostrider231. The Gang's All Here is a great mod, but what if you want to add random NPCs to your party? With Multitool Axe by Ghostrider231, you have that option. Just smack any NPC, whether human or creature, with the axe, and you can make them a follower. The axe also allows you to interact with the NPC's inventory. This offers a way to add gear and weapons and equip them to your liking. NPCs added by Multitool Axe are far more limited than full-fledged party members. They won't have many dialogue options, and in some cases, they only talk during combat. Nevertheless, using Multitool Axe, I've added a Crimson Fleet pirate, a Starborn Wanderer, a UC Captain, and a Vortex Phantom to my party. Thank you, Ghostrider231. Next, Xeno Master by Ghostrider231. Finishing our NPC party mods, we have Xeno Master. This amazing mod gives you the ability to capture or recruit creatures and add them to your party. While you can use the Multitool Axe to add a creature as a follower, Xeno Master goes to a completely different level. Xeno Master offers a menu of interactions with your new creature friend. Your creature needs to eat, so you have to buy or craft meals and treats. There's an affinity system for Xeno Master as well. I've used this mod to recruit a mini Foxbat to my party. Ghostrider231 is constantly adding new features to this mod. I highly recommend checking it out. Next, Non-Lethal Framework by Korodic. The next few mods are fundamental to the way I play Starfield, and I would be sad to not have these capabilities. There are 3 mods that work together to make it possible to play in a less violent manner. Korodic is the author of all 3. The first is Non-Lethal Framework. This mod gives the player the ability to restrain an enemy that has been subdued with an EM weapon. That's what I've been trying to do in this video. I've been using my Arboron Nova Strike modified weapon to subdue targets, and also a modified lightsaber, but we'll talk about that in another video. When an enemy is subdued, players can use handcuffs to restrain a target. I find using this mod to be a welcome challenge, because I don't just eliminate targets when raiding a POI. I'm surprised this functionality is not in the base game, but I am glad Korodic has so expertly added it. Next, Useful Brigs by Korodic. This second mod works hand in hand with Non-Lethal Framework. Rather than have prisoners simply follow you around in the game, Useful Brigs enables a prison functionality for certain ship hab types. Now you can send prisoners to your ship and later turn them into the authorities, or pirates, for credits. This is how I run almost all of my combat these days. I try to avoid eliminating anyone. Rather, I stun them with an EM weapon and send them to my Brig. There are mods that make it possible to go beyond vanilla Brig habs, but they are not on all platforms. I will save them for a future video. Next, Simple Immersive Looting by Korodic. This third mod in the non-violent set gives users a menu to interact with stunned enemies. The mod adds the strip and transfer options to targets who have been stunned. This is not possible in the vanilla game. While there are similar mods that do more, this version is also by Korodic, so I know it works well with the non-lethal framework and useful Brigs. Next, Incapacificator 3000 by xtcrefugee. Speaking of stunned enemies, this next mod is perfect if you want additional options for this activity. The Incapacificator 3000 is a weapon that will one-shot stun friends and enemies alike. The benefit of this weapon is that it does not trigger any hostile responses from witnesses. I like to use this weapon to silence ecliptic guards at the Red Mile who try to bully visitors. This mod also helps if you're trying to use a mod like the Multitool Axe and need a peaceful way to subdue a potential party member. Next, Lazy Panda by Ganja Panda 420. Returning to looting for a moment, I could not make a list of my favorite cross-platform Starfield mods without Lazy Panda. This mod by Ganja Panda 420 has totally changed how I play Starfield. With this mod, you set rules and filters that control your character's ability to gather items from the surrounding environment. Rather than manually searching enemies or rooms or any other location, you let the Lazy Panda auto-loot for you. I personally choose to send loot to a Lazy Panda storage area. This is a digital construct that can accommodate 1,700 kilos of loot. Periodically, I transfer the loot from the Lazy Panda storage area to my ship's cargo and sell it to a vendor. The bottom line is that, for me, Lazy Panda lets me focus on exploring and acting and not spend time hunting and gathering. Thanks for your work, Ganja Panda 420. Next, POI Cooldown by paulbrock. Let's look at several mods for improving player interaction with places of interest, or POIs. One of the criticisms of Starfield that I share with others is that the vanilla POI system is suboptimal. Too often, players seem to encounter a subset of POIs when landing on a moon or planet. This is a shame because Starfield offers a lot of content. For reference, according to Anara.cz, Starfield has 13 cities, 35 star stations and outposts, 41 miscellaneous locations, 19 points of interest, as they're categorized here, 24 temples, which I understand are repeats, and 120 radiant and random locations. POI Cooldown seeks to mitigate the problem of repeated POIs by assigning a cooldown value to 32 of them. This means these 32 POIs are less likely to appear in-game, depending on the settings chosen by the player. I love this mod because it encourages the game engine to show more unique POIs when I am doing random exploration. Great work, Paul. Next, POI Variations by PlatinumPoster, who I know is a viewer of this channel thanks to our interactions and comments. In a similar spirit, we turn to a mod that changes the POIs you see in the game. POI Variations will change the locations of loot, clutter, and enemies. Sometimes you will see a different number of enemies, and sometimes interior cells are removed. Thanks to a patch by paulbrock, POI Variations is compatible with POI Cooldown. I highly recommend trying these two mods to see if they bring some change to your game. Next, Dark Universe Takeover by kaosnyrb. Dark Universe Takeover introduces a new sort of procedurally generated ground fortress. This is really clever because kaosnyrb wrote his own code called StarTiller to build these POIs. There are 50 of these fortress POIs in the mod, with names like Desolate Parapet, Disowned Barracks, and Far-Flung Alcazar. The easiest way to guarantee that you will find a takeover POI is to accept a mission board assignment that mentions one of them. Otherwise, you will likely find them by randomly checking your map. These are great locations to practice your combat tactics, and I look forward to seeing kaosnyrb's larger Dark Universe come to fruition. Next, Bedlam by Gothos25. A fourth mod to mix up the Starfield POI scene is Bedlam, a dungeon randomizer. The latest version of this mod adds features that are just awesome in my opinion. Bedlam can randomize enemy locations and numbers, add reinforcements to an engagement, and give enemies hostile alien pets. Bedlam introduces a chance that enemy bosses are starborn. Finally, Bedlam offers an opportunity for other factions to be attacking a POI while you are there. You can choose if you want there to be a chance that the other faction is there to ambush your party. I've engaged in some very enjoyable extended combat thanks to Bedlam. I crank up the likelihood that enemies will call for reinforcements and that other factions will be present. Next, Ganymede by Form 10K. Oh no, it's tax season, I don't need a reminder. A final mod to make POI combat more interesting is Ganymede. Basically, this mod makes it more likely players will encounter tougher enemies. I play on very hard settings for combat already, but this mod scales the level of the enemies found at POIs. Next, SKK Fast Start New Game by SKKmods. Now we come to one of my core mods for general play. Ever since SKKmods released his Fast Start New Game code, I have avoided creating vanilla characters who start their lives as Argos miners. Thanks to Fast Start New Game, I can begin in one of several locations with a variety of loadouts suitable to the character I'm creating. I usually customize characters with batch scripts and console commands past this point. SKK Fast Start saves me so much time and effort. That's why it makes my Sweet 16 list. Next, Ship Management Tools by SKKmods. This is another awesome mod that includes features that would have been helpful in vanilla Starfield. My favorite is the ability to call your ship from a remote location and instruct it to land nearby. This makes for some incredibly cinematic game moments. It's also fun for role-playing. If my team is assaulting a POI and needs a rapid exfil, I call my ship to rescue us. There are also features to hack non-compliant ships and add them to your roster. Finally, S47 Speeder Bike by Election is 007. When Bethesda added rovers to Starfield in August of 2024, I wondered if they predicted that modders would use this capability to create flying vehicles. Mods like the S47 Speeder Bike have been game changers for me. First, I can rapidly traverse the game map, enjoying a picturesque view while doing so. Second, I can take advantage of the ultimate high ground. I can rain destruction from above and rapidly clear exterior POI locations if desired. Third, I can get a better look at all of the POIs that Bethesda added to the game. Seeing a location like Neon or New Atlantis from the air makes me really appreciate all the work that went into crafting these sites. I highly recommend trying a flying vehicle like the S47 to get a new perspective on the Starfield world. I appreciate all modders. Thank you for your work. You know who else I appreciate? My subscribers and channel members. There's a better than 50% chance that you, yes you dear viewer, are not subscribed. Please consider subscribing to show YouTube that you enjoy positive and honest Starfield content. I have special thanks from my 24 channel members. I've had to break out 2 columns to show all of your names. If you'd like to know more about membership, click the join button on the channel. There is no obligation. Anything you and YouTube gives me goes back to this channel, whether it's to buy hard drives for capturing footage or acquiring creations to review. Thanks to your support, I made a $100 donation to the Make-A-Wish Foundation in the name of this channel as part of a recent workshop featuring Starfield modders. What have you been doing in Starfield? Your insights make this channel a place for positive and honest discussion of this game. In addition to videos, I also post to the community tab for this channel on a daily basis. If you subscribe, you will see these posts in your YouTube feed. If you made it to this part of the video, please leave a comment with the phrase, "Thank you, modders." Also, remember to ring the bell icon and select all notifications. Check out my other videos if you want to learn how to keep your ship by building it in the creation kit, or my thoughts on the game's 1-year anniversary. My name is Richard. I will see you in the Starfield.